Join the Turbo Tribe and subscribe. What if the secret to becoming wealthy has been sitting in plain sight for over 4,000 years? What if the answers to your money problems weren't in modern banks or investment apps, but carved into clay tablets in the world's richest ancient city? And what if the reason most people stay broke isn't bad luck or low income, but ignoring the one principle that has never changed? Imagine working your whole life, only to end each month with nothing left. Bills, debts, and expenses eat away at every coin you earn. Now imagine your neighbor, who earns the same as you, but somehow grows richer year after year. What's the difference? It's not intelligence, it's not opportunity. It's a simple rule the Babylonians mastered centuries ago. The richest man in Babylon reveals that rule. And once you hear it, you'll never look at money the same way again. Why do so many people spend their whole lives working hard yet end up with nothing to show for it? How can two people earn the same income, live in the same city, and yet one builds wealth while the other sinks deeper into debt? The Babylonians asked the same question thousands of years ago, and they discovered the answer was not in how much you earn but in what you keep. The richest man in Babylon taught that the very first step to building wealth is to pay yourself before you pay anyone else. Most people reverse this order. They rush to cover rent, food, clothes, entertainment, and debts, and when it's all over, nothing remains. But wealth builders take a different path. They carve out a portion of their income, no matter how small, and make it untouchable. This becomes their seed of wealth. The principle is simple but powerful. Save at least one coin out of every 10 you earn. Over time, this discipline grows into a fortune. It's not about sudden riches or secret tricks. It's about consistency, patience, and the courage to put your future ahead of your present impulses. Anyone can follow this rule. You don't need to be born rich, and you don't need to earn a fortune. You only need to commit to keeping a fraction of every dollar you make. That small act separates those who stay trapped in endless struggle from those who quietly build freedom. Why do so many people fall into the trap of debt, working harder each year yet sinking deeper into financial chains? If money flows into your hands, why does it always seem to flow straight back out, and often to someone else's pocket? The Babylonians knew the danger of debt well, and their lesson still applies today. Debt is a thief that steals not only your money, but also your freedom. The richest man in Babylon warned that borrowing to satisfy desires is the fastest way to poverty. Every debt comes with interest, and interest is a relentless master. While you work for income, your debt quietly grows, demanding repayment whether you are ready or not. Many people live as slaves to creditors, spending years of their lives paying for purchases that brought only moments of pleasure. The path to freedom begins with controlling expenses. Live within your means. Distinguish between needs and wants. Do not let the desire for status or fleeting comfort force you into borrowing what you cannot repay. If you carry debt now, make it your mission to repay it steadily, cutting away at it until it no longer has power over you. The lesson is harsh but liberating. Avoid unnecessary debt, and if you are already in its grasp, escape as quickly as possible. Wealth cannot grow in soil poisoned by constant interest payments. Only when you control your spending and free yourself from debt can your savings begin to multiply and build lasting security. Why do some people save faithfully yet never see their money grow, while others watch their wealth multiply year after year? If saving is the first step, what turns coins into fortunes? The Babylonians understood that money sitting idle is money asleep. To build wealth, you must put your gold to work. The richest man in Babylon taught that every coin you save is like a worker, and those workers can earn more workers if you give them the chance. This is the power of investment, the principle that money should generate more money. Whether through lending, trade, or enterprise, wealth grows when it is placed where it can earn returns. But just as a farmer chooses fertile fields, the wise investor chooses carefully where to plant. The danger lies in careless risk. Many lose their savings by chasing quick riches or trusting smooth talkers with no proven skill. The Babylonian lesson is clear. Seek the advice of those experienced in the trade. Avoid schemes that promise unbelievable profits, and let your money grow slowly and safely. You can apply this today by investing in reliable assets that build value over time: stocks, businesses, real estate, or funds with a track record of stability. Start small, stay consistent, and resist the temptation of shortcuts. The truth is simple. Savings are the foundation, but investments are the engine. Let your money work harder than you do, and in time it will build a fortune far greater than what labor alone can provide. Why do so many people miss opportunities even when wealth is within their reach? Why do they wait, hesitate, or delay until the chance has passed them by? The Babylonians knew that fortune favors those who act with purpose. Opportunity is like a swift horse. If you are not ready to mount it, it will pass you and never return. The richest man in Babylon taught that procrastination is the enemy of wealth. Many say they will save tomorrow, invest when the time is right, or change their habits someday. But tomorrow never comes. Meanwhile, those who act today, even with small amounts, set forces in motion that grow steadily over time. Opportunity often appears as simple choices. Starting a savings account, learning a skill, investing in a proven venture. Yet fear and doubt whisper excuses that paralyze us. The Babylonians understood that the cost of hesitation is far greater than the cost of disciplined action. The lesson is clear: be prepared and be decisive. Train yourself to recognize sound opportunities, seek wise counsel, and when the path is clear, step forward without delay. Every fortune built in Babylon began not with chance, but with courage. You can apply this by starting now with what you have. Don't wait for perfect timing, higher income, or a flawless plan. Begin the habit of saving, begin the practice of investing, begin the journey of discipline. Wealth grows only for those who take the first step while others are still waiting. Why do some people live their whole lives chasing wealth yet never find it, while others, with the same struggles and obstacles, quietly become rich? What is the ultimate secret that separates the few who build fortunes from the many who remain trapped in scarcity? The Babylonians believed the answer was not in luck or chance, but in timeless laws of money that never change. The richest man in Babylon taught that wealth is built on three unshakable pillars. First, save a part of all you earn. Second, make your savings grow by putting them to work. Third, protect your wealth from loss by avoiding reckless risks. These rules are simple, but few follow them. Most people spend first, save nothing, and gamble on promises of fast riches. That is why they remain poor. The final lesson is that wealth is a discipline, not an event. Anyone, no matter how small their income, can begin the journey by applying these principles today. The man who controls his spending, invests wisely, and guards his fortune will see his money multiply. The one who ignores these truths will watch opportunity slip away. The story of Babylon proves that the principles of wealth are eternal. They worked thousands of years ago, and they work now. The difference is not knowledge but action. The moment you decide to live by these laws, you step onto the same path that made ordinary men and women into the richest people of their age.